Atomic States of America is a film made by people who have lived through the 3 Mile Island nuclear disaster. The documentary is about reactor host communities around the U.S. and the truths and myths of nuclear power. PCN spoke with Eric Epstein, one of the people who have made it his life's work to tell people about the nuclear industry at a showing of the film at Plymouth Plantations Movie Theater.
It's an important film to watch. It's a documentary. It is in my mind, one of the few films that captures the history of how this country approached atomic energy and also how this country regulates nuclear and how we don't do such a good job of addressing questions and concerns local communities raise. It's not an anti-nuclear film or a pro-nuclear film, but I think it's an important historical document to understand the evolution of atomic energy in America.
Our energy future, all of a sudden we are looking at nuclear as something that would save us from our energy appetite.
We need more production, more efficiency, more incentives. And that means building a new generation of safe, clean nuclear power plants in this country.
The Atomic States of America is based on a book that was written relating to the town of Shirley and the tragic incidents of cancer that they had there, a rare form of cancer. And my understanding is the people that directed the movie, Don Argo and Sheena Joyce, then began to expand the movie after they saw that the story was more than just one local community.
What kind of cancers are there not linked to all of this kind of exposure, the economics, our government, our taxes, and every step deeper I took, the rabbit hole just grew and grew.
My dad would drive me down to the plant and we'd see these big clouds billowing out, and he would assure me that they were benign. I believed my dad. My dad believed the industry. I just thought this was a wonderful, magical technology that had come to rescue us. I mean, energy independence, security independence. We thought it could warm homes at a price too cheap to meter. Everybody bet the house on atomic energy.
Rico Fermi breeder reactor near Detroit was welded shut after a partial core meltdown.
5 Tennessee Valley Authority nuclear reactors were shut down because of chronic, uncorrected safety violations. A critical cooling system failed, emergency pumps went out, and only fast action by control room operators kept a major malfunction from turning into something far worse.
It's happened again. Another leak at Vermont Yankee, this time leading to a system-wide shutdown. It's the 3rd leak in 2 months, including the discovery of tritium in a drinking well.
And so what you see at the movie, I think, is really important. Is a history of the evolution of atomic energy in this country, the lack of any questioning about having a nuclear power plant site in their community, and then having 4 different communities kind of have a Rip Van Winkle moment where they woke up, they were prodded or pushed to examine what was happening. So the 4 communities are Brookhaven National Lab in Long Island, then Indian Point in New York, which is about 34 miles from New York, Braidwood, which is in Godley, Illinois, and then 3 Mile Island.
And nobody's in there. I mean, a guard booth unoccupied.
I thought the movie was great, and I think it had a lot of points that really apply to Plymouth. And I hope that people in town realize that there is something that they can do to push back against the NRC and to protect the town, and that they do have a voice.
Right here in Plymouth, the Pilgrim nuclear power reactor is leaking tritium. I asked a nuclear regulatory official about the tritium at one of their open houses at the town hall, and the response to my question by a nuclear regulatory commissioner was a hand wave, tritium, don't worry about it. People need to wake up and say that we are not being protected. We have to protect ourselves.